How you doing, YouTube? And welcome back to another review here at Thomas Opent. I'm gonna do one of my little English reviews because, this is like the first time in 2 weeks that I found time to actually film a couple of reviews. It's a Sunday afternoon. Working my way through 4 beers. Gonna do a little live hangout with Harry. Blue Nose beer reviews in a little bit. Finish off the beers that I'm doing right now, and yeah. Record an English one because it's been a couple of weeks since I did one of those, and I'm not even sure if I have any in stock right now. So what we have here is Brouwerij Kees, not Keys, as a lot of my English viewers from the UK who can get Brouwerij Kees always say Kees. It's Brouwerij Kees, like a case, C-A-S-E. It's their man with a van. Kind of digging the artwork here. I love the yellow on it. I love that green little van. I don't know what's up here. It vibes with me. It's a 6.8% India Pale Ale, aggressively dry hopped. It's been a while since I've had a Case IPA, by the way, so I'm kind of curious what's going on here. The suggested temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. It's probably a little bit too cold still, but there you go. The hops are Nelson Sauvin, Citra, and Amarillo. The malts are Golden Promise and Crystal, and the yeast is American Ale. It doesn't have a canning date on it. Now, I think this is about maybe just over a month, but that would be weird because then it would have been canned somewhere like late September. Let's say somewhere in October, I think. But the best buy is 12/2022. So who gives their beers a shelf life of a year and 3 months or so, or I don't know. So let's just go with it's somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks old. Yeah. No canning date on it. Brouwerij Kees, if you're seeing this, canning dates. Canning dates are important. We don't want to know how long we can keep the beer. We want to know how fresh the beer is. For a lot of people that matters, so no more Best Buy, but a canning on. Cool. Thank you very much. Oh, I sound so arrogant when I say that shit. I am arrogant, though. I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm an arrogant little shit. Yeah, I got a little Rasto Craftmaster 1 here. Let's go for it. So like I said, it's been, ooh, that pours a little bit darker. That's interesting. That pours a little bit darker than I expected. Okay. We're dealing with some oxidation here. It has a bit of a darker hue to it, as you can see. I mean, my lighting isn't perfect right now, but it's got a bit of a darker, sort of very marmalade orange hue going on with a sort of off-white head on it. It could still be great. It could still be fine. It just has that sort of... Could be oxidized just a little teeny bit here. Yeah. I don't know what I was saying. I was saying that I haven't had a Case IPA, and I was saying something else. Oh, anyway. Nelson Sauvin, though, one of my favorite hops. I love that sort of, white grape, sort of white fruit kind of vibe that it often gives. Working with, like, classics like Citra and Amarillo. This is basically a very classic IPA. When you're reading the description, the ingredients. This is like a very classic IPA with a little bit twist, but a slightly more modern hop with the Nelson Sauvin. We'll see what happens. There we go. Check out the nose. Ooh. I like that. Let's first off start with, I like that. There's a sort of you definitely get a sort of a syrupy, sweet syrupy note there, like the malty background there. A sort of very sweet fruit, and you're absolutely getting all of that fresh, sort of like slightly overripe. It's still too cold, by the way. I have to say it is too cold. So this will probably warm up a little bit more in a couple of 10 minutes. The review is hopefully not going to be that long. I should have took this out of the fridge a little bit earlier because everything is slightly muted, but it has that ripe tropical fruit, like the ripe pineapple, ripened mango, peach thing going on. All of that. It has a nice sort of like a scallion, oniony thing. Not too aggressive, like more of like a fresh scallion thing in the background. I'm not, oddly enough, for the first hop mentioned, I'm not really getting that Nelson Sauvin thing. There's sort of like a white fruit thing going on, but not too aggressive. Maybe they just figured we're putting it on there first instead of doing things alphabetically like Amarillo, Citro, and Nelson Sauvin. Maybe it's all equal parts. But when you see one hop first, you kind of assume that that's going to be the leading part of the show. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of that white grape, sort of maybe like a lychee, maybe a little bit of a pear thing. Again, this is kind of my fault for taking it out of the fridge a little bit too soon. Should have given it like 10 more, or drinking it too soon. Taking it out of the fridge and waiting a little bit longer. I gave it like 10 minutes. I should have given it maybe like 15 or 20. Let it get up to temperature a little bit more. I'm not really getting anything in terms of oxidation, so it could just be that this has, when it comes to the color of it, a little bit more of that old school IPA vibe going on, which I like. And looking at the can art and everything, again, that kind of works, going for a more old school, like Citra Amarillo, pretty old school combination. Throw in a little bit of Nelson Sauvin for shits and giggles, and create something a little bit more classic, which I like. And I will say, by the way, when it comes to the nose that I'm getting right now, I am liking this. There is that malty backbone. There is that sort of, sort of sweetness from the malts, but still that hoppy, fruity note. Bit bready, maybe in the background. Oh, the odd thing is, though, and this is my biggest problem here, the way that this comes off in terms of the nose, and it comes across as, that sweetness comes across as almost like a triple IPA. Now, I'm not a big fan of the triple IPAs. This right now smells like it would be one of those 10% ABV triple IPAs. I hope it's not as aggressive like that in terms of flavor, mouthfeel, whatever. There's only one way to find that out, but we'll see. There we go. Cheers. Yeah, there's like a soft bitterness in there. Oddly enough, even though in the nose I wasn't getting it so much, on the palate, there is a little bit of oxidation there. That's kind of a pity. I don't think this, it could be just a bad can. I should look it up on the tap, see what other people are thinking. I mean, it's in no way aggressive. It's slight. It's there. It's just very soft, but it has a bit of a slight oxidation thing. Maybe something during the canning. It's not very carbonated either. I mean, if you look at the way the head's disappeared already, it's not a bad IPA. It's just not one that really wows me. I mean, for like $4, I think it was like $3.99 for $4. It's definitely pretty okay. For the American viewers, that would be like 16 euros a 4-pack. So that's not too aggressively priced. I think that in actually, the more I think about it, when you think about it like those terms, I don't know. I guess I'm just a little bit underwhelmed here. I was hoping for a little bit more, especially because of Nelson Sauvin. It all just lacks a little bit of, I don't know, depth, impact. It's not as impactful as I hoped it would have been. It's drinkable. I mean, that's like, could be oxidized thing is not that very intense. Like I said, maybe I just had a bad can, but when you look at the color, you look at the way it sort of died off in terms of carbonation, I don't know. All in all, a little bit disappointed in this one. Kind of curious. I want to get another can. I want to get another can and see if it's just one can that went slightly off. Yeah. Yeah. Win some, lose some. There's not really much left to say except for, it is what it is. A not so amazing IPA. I've never really been that blown away by Case's beers, I guess. I mean, his stouts and his barrel aged work is amazing, and he's done some pretty fucking good IPAs in the past. And some of his core range stuff is really nice. I like his double IPA, his standard double IPA. I like it. It's a nice double IPA, very decently priced, very well done. This one, not so much. Again, maybe I just had a bad can. I'm gonna hunt the second one down this week, see if I could try it again. Not review it, but just see what that's like. And yeah, there you go. Another review done. If you liked it, click like. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. Leave some comments below if you have any experience with this beer particularly, and if you're like, yeah, I can totally see what Tom's is saying, or you're like, no, man, I had a completely different beer. In the description box below, all links to all of my social media, link to the Dutch Beer Collective, link to mysterybeer.nl, and yeah, I'll see all of you guys in another review soon. Until then, cheers.